rolled over by the Storm Spirit in the first like 15 minutes.
Ben?
I didn't have enough time to think. My brain was fried after that game. So I'm going to go TNC too.
Alrighty then, let's bring it across into game number 2 between Boom and TNC here at the DPC SEA. Take it away, Beak up on the coast.
Like, you know, Matt, getting here ready with game 2. I want to see if Boom can come out with some positive mental attitude. I mean, that one was quite the discouraging game. Quite a way to have that one end, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think they might be done. You know, we'll see how it goes if the laning stage doesn't go too well, because we talk so much about how this DPC league is, you know, unforgiving. You can't just throw the games, because it will backfire. Right now, both of these teams have 2 wins, 2 losses, so it's a pretty big deal who wins this one.
Yeah, big one indeed. Both these teams also having wins over some pretty substantial opponents. If you're Boom, or you're a player on Boom, you just went through such a big defeat like that.
I quit until this is fixed. Like, I come back after the patch.
I mean, it was definitely a quick ban immediately on Earthshaker, that's for sure.
Surprised TNC did not ban Storm Spirit, because it's definitely Mikoto's best hero. Let's see how he can do against Armel's OD. No points in Astral Imprisonment yet, just starts to harass him with the Arcane Orb instead, something that I've seen before, and then you just max out your Astral, get that Meteor Hammer online. Once you buy like Magic Wand and Ring, you don't care too much about the harassment from the Storm Spirit anymore.
With that too, you know, having the Astral Imprisonment and everything, having that timing down, maybe getting that quick Meteor Hammer, you also have the opportunity with Tim's to come over and Arrow. So yeah, you've given Mikoto his Storm, but do you have enough tools here? Maybe if Tim's rotates in and, you know, gets a couple early kills on the Storm to shut his game out.
It's a possibility, yeah. With the Arrow, it's such a strong, and again, say easy to execute combination. Most of the time it works if timed correctly. All you need to care about is not leave your Beastmaster alone if he's like half HP. Leave him when he's vulnerable. Kid's cute in a bit of a, not gonna say trouble, but that's gonna be some harassment. Boar plus an arrow. Arrow flies, just hits the range creep, so all good.
Yeah, just getting something out of this, and now Boundless Strike into the Impale. Kezcute still trying to get the kill on a Tim's. He'll pop that Fairy Fire. He'll be okay, and he'll also eat a Iron Tree. And there's the Astral Imprisonment. So this is going to mess with Mikoto a little bit. He's only 9-1 right now to the OD's 8-3, so ahead for the moment. I do wonder when they're going to bring somebody over to maybe try and help out this OD. Gabby as well as Febby trying to fight, trying to get First Blood. Anchor Smash, First Blood there for FBZ. And there is a return kill for Febby.
Oh, that's pretty big. You know, this Tidehunter was already having a really good time. Shaman doing a very good job just trading hits. He's playing Shaman into 2 melee heroes, so there's going to be a ton of harassment. And Shaman got buffed. His base damage was unchanged, but received a bit of a starting intelligence, which means that he can use his spells more often. And now Tidehunter is level 3, so like this lane is not gonna be that easy for Ursa. On paper it sounds good, you know, you can't dispel Furious Vibes, but there's a ton of harassment, and FBZ, he already has that bottle, something that we see quite often, where offlaners just love to pick up that bottle. You have bounty runes to refill it.
Do you think maybe with a little bit more, a couple more levels for both the Tusk and the Ursa might get a little bit better for them? Because they can play aggressive like this on Hyde.
If Shaman is out of position, it's a kill. So Shaman needs to play around the Tidehunter, be close to him, so he can use Anchor Smash and Gush.
Right. Tim's just leaping away, getting some space. As FBZ, we saw him have a good game on that Bloodseeker. It wasn't, you know, it wasn't a bad one by any means to start. Obviously, it ends up in a loss, but I thought he played pretty well. Haste Rune picked up by the Nyx Assassin. Leap onto the high ground, but Shards locking FBZ. Febby trying to get this kill with Gabby, and one more shot. They'll finally get the revenge over this Tide, and, well, that looks really good in this top lane for TNC. A lot of harassment onto Mikoto. Armel committing under the tower, but there is a haste on this Nyx Assassin. You need to be a little bit careful, not that Mikoto goes back in.
Okay, so they are kind of getting back into this game with these rotations. Something that Tai doesn't like to play into, and Timbersaw as well, is the tag team. Like, you bring numbers, it's just so much damage. Overpower, it's only level 1, 3 attacks, but when you combine that with the tag team, it's just quite a lot. Something that we've seen, like Team Liquid does something similar. Wind Ranger with the tag team, like easy Roche taking potential as well.
Yeah. Something that TNC wasn't really able to accomplish in the first game was getting Roche. Definitely feels different with this lineup where they should have the potential to control the pit, get an early Aegis. We'll see. I am worried about, I have talked a couple times about angry Makoto. You get Makoto angry, all of a sudden he just takes over the game as Storm. We've seen that in a series where he got Game 2 and Game 3 as Storm and just destroyed in both those games.
Sure, for most of the players, being angry is not good. For Makoto, it's kind of a buff.
Not an Earthshaker.
Arrow hits.
Oh,
Let's see
Arrow
how
hits
angry
with the
he is.
Astral.
Can't get him with the hammer. The Sanit's Eclipse hammer. OD has 2 hammers. Like, we can't even say he dropped a hammer because he has 2 of those.
I guess drops the mallet, drops the hammer. 2 different kinds of things to hit things into, I guess. Forget that. So, you know.
No, I'm just thinking about the game, B-Cup. I'm not ignoring you. I'm, you know, trying to see what happens in the bottom lane. Monkey King trying to get some Jingu stacks on a Beastmaster, but the boars are level 3, so that means a lot of slow. There's Book 1 coming onto the Beastmaster. You want to give him level 6, so you can start making some pressure. He's level 5 now, so it's going to be a bit tougher to execute. Drew, let's see his map awareness. Does he know?
They are coming bottom with 2. This is...
Like, you just go for an arrow. Like, you try to land an arrow.
Right now wouldn't be the worst time to throw it. Boundless strike out.
That's a good,
holding it.
You know, they're trying. There it is, tag team.
There it is
Drew,
with the tag team
a lot of
shards.
things.
Yeah, Drew, nothing you can do in this situation. A good impel afterwards, but it's not going to matter. Snowball extending their lives. Arrow hits. It's onto the Nyx Assassin. They'll go after Febby on the back lines, but Makoto, there's not much he can get done. He might even give up his own life for this.
He needs to be careful. Just 100 mana.
Yeah, they've got
one more
the vision
zip
with
is
the
all
Hawk.
he got.
I think
Bottle.
they still see him, though.
Yeah, he's dead.
Shards are perfect. Makoto low. One more shot. That comes through from KP. Triple kill for the Beastmaster.
That's such a great rotation by these
Ooh,
two
and
supports.
then
Top
move
lane.
over towards top, but the Hex on the Meteor Hammer doesn't matter. They've got the Sanities. FBZ getting low. Boundless Strike keeps them from getting the kill. Hide on the run, but Gabby's still with him. Astral Imprisonment should just do it. Seems like they've done the math, and they have.
So Drew TP to the top lane, doesn't get anything out of that. Tree Dance is only level 2, he's level 6. Like Drew, when he's not having a good time at the early stage, he just feels lost. Like in the previous game, he had a good start, they didn't, you know, play around his farm. So it's going to be a different situation for Drew this time around. But KP, man, he's having such a different game. He has boots. Is that book 2? It's book 1. What am I thinking? It would just be too much farm at this point.
It's a lot of gold. But he has as much farm now as he had, I want to say, 15, 20 minutes into the last game.
Yeah, he really struggled in the last one.
Very
Tidehunter also only level 5. So no Ravage yet available.
Which means they might just go on him. They can roll with that Primal Roar. They do have Gabby nearby. They can at least pressure the tower, but now they've got vision of both Makoto as well as this Nyx Assassin coming over. Yeah, Kez Makoto both spotted, so you see just the change in posture from the Dire side.
Boom is trying to set up something on the bottom lane. Meteor Hammer done on OD, already dropped one on the tower. And you can see Tims, he's very close, just waiting for someone to show up. Astral into Arrow. And he sees 2 heroes coming, so it's time to bail. Arrow,
that comes in, stops the shackle, but they get the impel from Kez. Armel Needs to run back, has the Astral Imprisonment onto the Storm, so that'll keep Mikoto from getting the kill onto the OD, but they use the Primal Roar bottom. They're going after this Tidehunter. They've got the shards in front of him as well as the Snowball to lock him down even longer. Gabby gets the kill on FBZ, nicely done by TNC.
He can't use the Ravage there. Ursa, ready with the Enrage, you pop it, the status is kicks in, you still die, and then you're not going to have Ravage for the next fight. Mid lane, arrow into Hammer.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, he actually stops the Hammer.
And they probably would have had that kill on Hyde.
Radiant's bottom tower has
Okay. He saw Nyx Assassin and was like, I'm not getting stunned. He got stunned anyway. Nyx Assassin is not as good against OD as he was before because Astral Imprisonment doesn't deal AoE damage anymore and you can't set up the stun with the Carapace. But still, good hero against the OD, don't get me wrong.
So Meteor Hammer down on the Tier 1 mid again. Getting really close to dying. And Gabby just finding space. He's 6th on the net worth, but it's all close between him and Storm. The other three at the top, I can't say the same. Storm, though, looking into the Orchid. When Mikoto gets this Orchid, the game can get a little bit tougher for these heroes on TNC. We'll see how the movements are for Boom. The movements in Game 1 were pretty crisp up to a certain point. So I wouldn't be too surprised if maybe Boom with this Orchid can make a lot happen.
Boom lost 2 towers, got 1. Still an even game, 1k gold lead for TNC at the moment. Dire scan, they're trying to see if someone's hiding in the trees. It's a tough one for them to, just fight into. Shadow Shaman is still level 5, needs to find his level 6. Nyx Assassin, first Vendetta, didn't get anything out of it, and FBZ also. It's very tough to play into Beastmaster. Your mana gets burned, mana pool very limited at this point.
Yeah. You just see Gabby just free to farm the bottom lane, and might even still look to go on FBZ. Is under the tower, so it's a bit of a tough dive if they want to. KP now moving around.
Ursa finds Jelly.
Fall back
for the
on
memes.
farm.
Bear eats the Jelly.
Yeah. Took it right out of the beehive.
Who did he give second Jelly to?
Beastmaster.
Beast, interesting. I guess OD is like, I don't need mana. I have my aura. I have a lot of regen coming up from the Meteor Hammer.
Sharing is caring.
I mean, if you consider B as a beast, Beastmaster controlling those, so yeah, he takes it instead.
I forget what it's called when you control bees, but it's something. Double damage on KezQ.
Your Beastmaster.
Yeah, the Beastmaster.
Yeah.
Buzz. So Febby drops down a sentry. And hoping to not get caught out, but FBZ, he doesn't have a Blink Dagger. He doesn't have a way to close the gap. They've got Moonlight Shadow. Maybe they can come back into this. They do have Beastmaster as well as Ursa right there. And Febby just has eyes on FBZ. We've got a sentry down and right clicks with the Walrus Punch. And then the tag team avoids the Ravage with the Snowball. Febby, a little bit of style on that one. They go after Hyde, they get the kill on the Shadow Shaman. Drew, yeah, like you said, jumping away, just careful enough. He thought about going, too.
He doesn't have a point in ulti also, so... Like, that level 1 ulti, it's not as strong. It's more of a, you can't just...
Arrow, Mikoto, caught. He's gone. Astral Imprisonment with the Meteor Hammer. That is uncharacteristic to Mikoto getting caught like that.
It's very tough for them. This is the first Ravage, first Board Juice. They get nothing out of that. Now the map just gets smaller. Beastmaster will control the jungle with the Hawk, with his Necro Warriors. TNC's lineup doesn't rely on cooldown, so pretty much they can keep fighting all the time. Longest cooldown they have is, of course, Sanity's Eclipse, but you don't need that to fight. Every single time Roar is up, they should go, and they should punish this long cooldown abilities that the Boom had.
Yeah, Sanity's level 1 right now, 160 seconds. Almost a full 3 minutes. You see Dire just kind of invading the jungle, pressuring across the river. They've been trying to push on this tier 2 tower for a while, and eventually KP, the Beesmaster, will come towards bottom here with Gabby. So they should be able to take this tower, or at least put some pressure on, maybe force a rotation. We'll see how it goes from Boom.
Yeah, Boom doesn't defend this tower. It's just they don't have the abilities. Already spread out of the map, trying to get some farm going. Mikoto 0-2-0. Something that we don't see from this player. Usually he's the one dictating the tempo on the Storm Spirit. 2 big items finished. Battle Fury on Ursa
After Hyde. Shackle, Hyde taking right clicks, holding Armel, but eventually Armel gets the finish. Yeah, I mean, going back to that, as Kezcute also dies to Gabby, you think about where Storm normally is. Like, he's just getting an Orchid. Walrus Punch, all right, put all lightning away, but they still have vision with this Hawk. Mikoto normally has that Orchid 2-3 minutes ago, but his game is slowed pretty heavily.
So Orchid is done, and they should try to make something happen. Shadow Shaman Ward's online. Same goes for the Tidehunter. Everyone's a bit under-leveled on side of Boom, and they rely on Ravage to win the team fights. So try and go for the mid-tier 1 tower. It's a full HP tower. A good play from Febby.
Yeah, snowball away, get some distance. FBZ, he's still a couple hundred gold away from this blink. Might not get closer if they want to jump on him. Shards push him away, but FBZ thinks about walking back in. Meanwhile, Primal Roar used on Hyde. They get the jump, and they'll slow FBZ, so that gives them time to get the Astro Imprisonment. They're looking over as Meteor Hammer still available. Eventually, FBZ does die, maybe holding it to potentially go on Mikoto if he were to show his face. They know he went north here, and well, now he's forced to walk even further away. This is a good ward placed by TNC, and it'll spot Kezcute coming over. Mikoto, silent, onto the OD, arrow coming in, that's not going to land onto the Storm. They've got the Impale, Armel low, and falls.
But at what cost? I think they will have this trade. Drew just faking his ulti. So kind of free Roshan for TNC. Ursa picks it up, goes into BKB next time. And once they get the BKBs on 2 cores, it's going to be so much easier to take a fight. Beastmaster, I've seen Beastmasters just going for the BKB, something that's very popular in China. Either BKB into Blink or Blink into BKB, which I really like here.
He's queued up the Blink right now. So Blink BKB, that's fine. I think I like that as well.
They don't have the best jump.
Yeah.
Unless OD like sets it up with the Astral, and right now OD needs to be a bit more careful since he doesn't have his BKB yet. So Beastmaster, Blink Dagger, you know, is pretty fine.
There's the silence on the Gabby. They're going to try and go on the Ursa. He's got the ult. There's the Hex, the Orchid Burn, and now they've got the Aegis. So Febby, Shards, isn't enough. Snowball coming across, hitting Kezcute as well as the Shadow Shaman. Serpent Ward's committed. Drew still just being a spectator at the moment. They don't go. And they did get the Aegis, but still sitting on the high ground. There's a sentry on the high ground, so well, TNC had to be careful while in the Moonlight Shadow, but this gives time to Boom. We now have this Blink Dagger picked up by Tide. It's coming on the Courier. And then Storm, he's starting to get some farm. He's starting to be aggressive like we are normally used to seeing with Mikoto. He's still behind this Beastmaster, though, in farm.
It's a tough game for him. You know, playing into, even if he gets that BKB, which I think he definitely needs, you're going to be playing into Beastmaster Roar. Ursa will get a Basher eventually.
We're going to push this tier 2 again with these Necro Creeps as well as the Boars. They're in on it. Pulls the Boars and Necro Creeps away for a second, but here's the commitment. And now we'll see if anybody rotates as, well, all 5 heroes are here for TNC bottom.
Taking Outpost between 10-20-minute mark is pretty big, and they can try to defend that. Put a ward, at least put a Hawk, see if they try to reclaim it, get an easy pick off.
BC. Doing right now with this Tide has that Blink Dagger, but we are yet to see like a smoke into a Ravage play or anything of the sort. Vendetta was used by Kezcute. Might catch this Courier coming through with a TP and 2 sentries and 1 obs, but doesn't stick around long enough. I Things feel very slow from Boom. Like, I understand they were behind, but it's definitely not their play style, playing this lax, especially Makoto.
True. I guess they, you know, took the Aegis off Ursa and now are playing slowly mid lane.
They find the OD. Can they get the kill? Orchid. Now the Ravage. Armel hit. And he's in trouble. Febby. Snowball survives. Sanities. FBZ. Makoto. They both fall to Gabby. Hyde will get Febby, but Drew is caught. Primal Roar used on to this Shadow Shaman. Drew trying to get away, but it's not going to happen. Triple kill for Gabby. And make it a 4th as KP takes out Hyde.
That was such a good arrow from Tims. From behind, lands it onto the Storm Spirit, and they get 4 kills for that. Still a very, very good trade. Something that OD needs to be careful about, jumping in and using that Astral offensively. As I already mentioned, you don't have a defensive tool for yourself, so you can't afford to do that. Once you get a BKB, you can also be the initiator.
So this is just going all TNC's way right now. Maybe there's something to say about how game 1 was just mentally exhausting.
Yeah, it definitely affected them. Like, it was their game to lose, jump on the top lane, Mirana, an easy pickup.
Yeah. Orchid Burn will do it. Makoto gets the kill. That's something we were expecting more of from him. Primal Roar on cooldown for another 33 seconds as they will head up towards top. Spot him for a moment, but has enough mana to get all the way to the tier 1. So that makes it easy just to leave. And just a salve. Not getting the bounty rune on that trusty shovel. Not too trusty.
It's very unreliable.
Snowball on the TP. Kescute will have his TP stop. Febby just messing with him. Avoids the stun. Medallion with the Walrus Punch. And now just trying to de-ward before he dies. Does get an obs, but eventually goes down to Armel.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So
Mirana had the 4-staff queued up, but going into Yule Scepter, which I really like. You're playing into Storm Spirit. It's such a great setup for the arrow.
I just getting ripped apart by the bear that is Gabby. And
there's a big difference between 2 carries. One is 5,000 gold ahead of the other.
Yeah. It is a lot of gold to be working with, and you know, we usually talk about how Drew's had good laning phases, but not here. It seems almost strictly
every
held
single
to him
time
playing
I've
troll.
seen him play from behind, I think they just lose the game every single time.
So let's see. They're coming up onto the high ground, into the triangle. They're thinking about it at least. They've got the Moonlight Shadow, Gabby moving forward. The rest of Boom will leave, but how far will they get? Arrow? No, nowhere near the marker.
Not this time. They killed Roshan pretty early, which means the second will spawn quite fast. So with the first Roshan, you don't necessarily need to go for the high ground push. Just build up the advantage. With the second Rosh, Cheese, and Aegis, that means you can go for the high ground, especially if they misuse one of the ultis, either Shadow Shaman or Ravage, then you're good to go.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
BKB picked up for the OD of Armel, so he's got that to work with now. Both BKBs on the Ursa and the OD. They're putting pressure on the top tier 2, just trying to get rid of these outer towers as best they can. Gabby shows mid for a second. This will be the last outer tower for them to grab. And it'll just be a moment longer. Kescute, he's in the jungle on the opposite side, trying to get towards a Blink Dagger, farming the jungle.
He's doing a very good job. And it's just, instead of just being, you know, inside the base, trying to make stuff happen, get some farm going, plants a deep ward. So this is something that you can always do something, you know, smoke up, get outside of your base and try to get some farm, possibly cut the waves. It's easier for Nyx Assassin because he has Vendetta, so he can bypass the enemies without them seeing him.
Right. True here. I'm not sure what he wants to accomplish in that tree, but eventually we'll just TP away. So still just Kescute deep inside the jungle. And Battle Fury Ags. So Monkey King, a okay amount of farm. The question is going to change anything? Arrow comes through, right clicks in, FBZ on the run. Pops the Ghost Scepter, but they've got the Astral Imprisonment with the Sanities equipped right on top of this Tide. And Armel will grab another.
Armel did not want to risk anything, increased magic damage, because he used the Ghost Scepter. Don't want to give him an opportunity to blink out. Kez Cute being scouted. Let's see if he decides to go for the Courier. Nope. Does not want to trade.
Gabby just finding Hyde and ripping through him again. They've got the silence on the Ursa. He's popped the BKB, should be fine. Makoto actually taking a bulk of that damage. Need to be careful. You get bashed once or twice, maybe it's over for your life.
A long respawn time on Roshan, almost full 3 minutes. So we're gonna need to wait a bit until TNC probably kills it. Oh man, that damage from Ursa.
Yeah, just catching Kez Cute and now beyond godlike. I don't know if you've ever seen a bear's paws, but the nails, they can rip through a lot. And the exoskeleton of a Nyx Assassin is no exception.
No, I watched the good bears. I watched Yogi Bear when I was younger, some documentaries, but they were not as dark as the ones you watched.
It's just Planet Earth. I usually stick to good bear programming. We Bear Bears. It's always a good one. Drew trying to get something done. Wukong's in an interesting position with Balanced Strike as well as the Silence. They've got the Ravage to go after the Ursa, but they've got the Astral Imprisonment with the BKB being popped by Armel. Now Gabby jumping in. They get the kill on a Hyde. He's popped his own BKB. Goes Scepter from FBZ. That's going to keep him comfortable for now, but there's the bash coming through on a Makoto. He just gets away with a little bit of health. The Vortex, the Walrus punch,
another good save. Blink is ready. He can blink out.
Gabby surviving, getting away from this one. Shards won't balk in. Kez Cute, maybe he still has a chance, but it doesn't look like it. Gabby, he'll walk away from the Nyx Assassin, but the Nyx Assassin won't walk away from TNC.
Man, this was unbearable to watch. Like such a good saves coming out from the OD. They just needed like 1 second to blow up Ursa. His BKB came off cooldown. Then another good save from Febby. This is something that I like, you know, having multiple saves. That's why I value Shadow Demon highly as a hero. And I believe this game is just falling apart. They're not gonna go and finish the game right now, but you know, deal some chip damage. Next Roche will be available in 30 seconds. So looks pretty good for TNC right now.
Yeah, you know, Armel's coming over, trying to get that Astral Imprisonment. He says, bear with me for a second. And does finally get Gabby out of harm's way. Yeah, that was really good, though. Armel popping the BKB to get into the Wukong's command, making sure that, you know, he's comfortable enough to put himself in a position where he can save that Ursa.
Apparently, they feel very comfortable going into the Roche pit and just taking a team fight. They know Ravage is on cooldown.
Yeah, you know, Roche up in just a second, so we'll see if they can get this Roche, get this next Aegis. I'm trying to think of another bear pun. I got none.
You know, if we're out on options, just change a couple of letters.
Orb of Destruction for the Monkey King.
Vanish.
Armel getting towards that Hex, and then, yeah, Kez Cute. He's been working on this Blink, but he's barely making progress.
I just thought about that one. I was about to say that they barely got him in the previous fight, but okay. Kez Cute scouting things out. Oh. Wrong side of the map, which means Roshan respawned.
Yeah, look at TNC. They're all pretty much over by the Roche pit. They're controlling that top left area of the map. And they're into Roche now. So Ursa looking to take out the heart of Roshan. You know, when you're going up against the pressure of Gabby, the pressure that TNC comes with, sometimes it's just a little bit unbearable for Boom. Have we done that one yet?
I don't know. I'm not keeping track of it. So yeah, Roshan for TNC. They want to go high ground.
Ooh, Axe picked up for the Mirana. Look at Gabby.
It's
just coming in from behind. I'm not expecting that. So they get the kill there. They'll work on the tier 3. And this is just spelling trouble for Boom. And to spell trouble for Boom, it's B-E-A-R. That's what they're dealing with right now. And they'll get the Astro Imprisonment onto Tide. Ball Lightning in. Not really much of a deterrent, but it is a creep wave clearer. Drew, though, he's caught. Stunned up. Tims. Get
They're
the
just
kill
getting
on the Monkey
kills
King.
all over the place.
Man,
How do bears catch fish? They use their bare hands.
That's what it feels like. TNC are just standing in the river, grabbing fish just mid-form. This on cooldown, so can't stun him up. But they will start to take these racks, keep clearing these creeps.
Yeah, Ursa doing a bare minimum here, just going for the range barracks. Not putting too much effort.
Yeah, this is really tough for Boom. As it feels like the story of Goldilocks and the Three Little Bears, or the Three Bears. As this Rax is too cold, this Rax is too hot, and well, Nyx Assassin's too dead. As they'll try to jump in. Oh, maybe I misspoke. No, I didn't. Kescute still dies. Ravage is in. Makoto taking a lot of damage. The Bash is out. With the status resistance, there's no way that you can hold this bear any tighter. They're trying to give him a bear hug, but they just can't. BKBs have been popped by Drew as well as Makoto. Sanity's dropped onto FBZ. Hyde comes in. Serpent wards as well as the Hex. They will get the kill. Arrow in. It does hit on the Nyx Assassin, but they still lose Febby.
I've seen this thing yesterday when Nigma played against OG. Kuro got stuck twice, and now Febby jumps in, tries to help out his teammate, doesn't succeed. They still have Aegis on Ursa. He picks up the Region Rune. I would not be surprised if they just... I mean, they're 2. What am I saying? If they were 3, they would probably try to go in.
It almost feels like Gabby had those thoughts, though. Abyssal Arrow right clicks. Maybe you make it out. Just barely.
Gold and sweet.
So, Makoto is going Axe. I'm a big fan of Axe. It's definitely tough for him right now. All he's got is Orchid, BKB, next item Ags. Like, it's been a really rough game for this Storm. It's not going to get any easier.
It's a tough one, you know. You're playing into BKB piercing ability. You're playing into like arrow setup, into Basher, full Abyssal on Ursa right now. So it's pretty tough.
Double damage.
Ursa with the double damage is just gonna make a cranberry sauce out of these heroes.
Cranberry. Right.
Yeah.
Smoke coming in from TNC. That took me a moment. As, you know, they're going to try and mush him up here. Yeah, we'll see what they can do. They're not going to find anybody, though. They walk through the base. It's empty. A little bit surprising if you're TNC.
Ursa is in.
Abyssal. Kescute, he's gone.
There was not much fight in you.
And onto the mid racks they go. Hex picked up by the OD. We'll see if it ends up being enough. They've got the glyph. And there's the Primal Roar as well as the BKBs coming through. Drew's gone. Ghost Scepter pop by FBZ. Not looking likely he survives. Sanity's is in. They'll get the kill. And, well,
yeah, I
nothing
believe
they can do.
This might be it. There's the buyback from the Tidehunter. Still has the Ravage, but it's looking rough. Aegis will be reclaimed in 10 seconds. Maybe they can time it correctly.
Yeah, jumping in. There's the Abyssal. They'll get the kill on a Hyde. Ravage comes out, but the BKB's been popped. They've got the Balance Strike coming through from Drew. They'll finally get the kill on a Febby. They look over at Gabby, trying to run down as the Aegis expires. Oh. As, yeah, Gabby trying to run away, looking like a barbarian.
Yeah. We're getting some word from production. Production actually helping us with these puns. They're going to go in once again. Ursa jumps in, jumps out.
Yeah, Ursa being the lead here. He's being the torchbearer for the side of TNC. As they go to get this tier 3 and looking to finish this one off, potentially.
No Ravage, no Snakes. It's
There's the
time to
Abyssal,
go
there's
in.
the jump
Get some
in
Megas.
onto Drew. They'll get the kill on the Monkey King, dead for 108 seconds. The beginning of the end here is TNC have just been too overbearing for Boom Esports to really get anything done, as it doesn't look like this 30K plus lead will be going anywhere.
This is it. Mega creeps. Good zip.
Oh, good
Can he save him?
vortex.
Yes,
he
he can.
They've got the BKBs. Armel moving forward. BKB pop by KP. They're looking over at Makoto, who's out of mana now. But they'll send Gabby packing for the moment. Snowball comes through. Walrus punch in onto the Storm Spirit. They get the kill on Makoto. They look over at FBZ inside the well, but he'll survive. It doesn't matter. They'll call GG. And TNC, well, they'll be the pallbearers to Boom Esports' grave. And as they take the Series 2 up.
Yeah, I think they were actually done after what happened in the first game.
Yeah.
It was their game to lose. Somehow they managed to also do it. We can blame a bit of an Ice Frog, a bit of,
Hesitancy.
Boom. Yeah, not trying to go for the
Yeah.
barracks at all, not even going for the tier 3 towers. But yeah, in this one, it's a tough one. Like, feels like all the lanes were lost, and TNC